The egg theory. What if you were everyone who ever lived? Imagine this. Every person you've ever met, your best friend, your worst enemy, the stranger walking down the street was actually you, living a different life. Every war fought, every act of kindness, every heartbreak and every triumph. All of it, yours. This is the unsettling and fascinating idea behind the egg theory. The egg theory is a modern philosophical thought experiment that challenges how we view identity, reincarnation, and the purpose of existence. At its core, it suggests that there is only one true soul you, and that this soul is reincarnated as every human being who has ever lived or ever will live. When you die, you don't just move on to an afterlife. Instead, you are born again as someone else. A child in 16th century China, a farmer in ancient Egypt, or maybe a future explorer on a colony on Mars. You live every possible perspective, every possible story. So why call it the egg? In this theory, the entire universe exists as a kind of cosmic incubator. It is a place designed for a single consciousness to mature. Each lifetime is like a lesson, and every experience adds to the growth of the same soul. Only when you've lived all human lives does your spirit hatch and evolve into something greater, a higher consciousness, something close to a god. If this theory is true, then it means that every interaction you've ever had has literally been with yourself. When you show compassion, you are showing compassion to another version of you. When you hurt someone, you are hurting yourself. Suddenly, ideas like empathy, kindness, and justice take on a completely new dimension. It also forces us to rethink morality and judgment. Would you still hate someone if you knew that, in another life, you were them? Would you treat others differently if every insult or act of love you gave would eventually return to you, because you are destined to experience both sides? Now, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with the real world? The egg theory isn't just a strange philosophical story, it's a mental model for how we might approach life. Think about it. Great investors, leaders, and philosophers often stress the importance of perspective. Understanding how others think, act, and feel is one of the most powerful tools in decision-making. If you could see the world through every possible lens, wouldn't you make better choices? Whether in philosophy, business, or investing, empathy and long-term thinking are what separate wisdom from short-sightedness. Of course, the egg theory is just a thought experiment, not a proven truth, but it raises profound questions. What if life isn't about competing with others, but about learning from every possible angle? What if the universe is less about punishment or reward, and more about growth, connection, and understanding? Maybe that's the real lesson of the egg, that in some mysterious way, we are all one, and our purpose is to grow together. What do you think? Is the egg just a strange story, or could it contain a hidden truth about who we really are? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this dive into philosophy and hidden wisdom, don't forget to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the Why Machine for more explorations into ancient knowledge, lost history, and the philosophy that still shapes our lives today.